everybody. My name is Caitlin, and I'm going to be talking about drug addiction and, ways of going about getting help and ways you could get help and everything else. So, okay. I remember when I started doing drugs. I used to love Coke. I did Coke all the time. And I'm not even going to lie, like, I still love Coke. If I could do it, I would. You know, um, I started doing pills, and I only did it once in a while. Like, I could stop myself. I was good. Like, when I wanted to party, I would go get a Percocet, Perk 30, whatever it takes. And then finally one day, I couldn't find Perk, and my friend was like, "Here, Kate, try this. You'll love it." And I'm like, "No, not me. Like, I'm not a dope head. I'm not a drug addict. I'm not about to go get sick and do this and do that and third and whatever." And what happened? I tried it. And I only tried a little match head, but that's all it takes. As soon as I tried it, I loved it. That shit felt amazing. Amazing. And, after I tried it, it was like I had to have it. I had to. Like, that was the best feeling in the world. And nobody who doesn't do drugs, like, everybody who don't do drugs, they don't know what it feels like. Like, to sit and bash other people who does drugs has no, like, you have no business bashing anybody. Like, you have no business calling this one a drug addict, that one a drug addict. Like, you don't know what it feels like. You're not in their shoes, so you don't know. So, I had a brand new car. I had, a job. My dad, forget about it. He would help me with everything. Whatever I asked for, I had. So, I tried dope, and I loved it. And one day, my friend, me and her sat in the bedroom, and she's like, "Here, Kate, let's take a hit of this pipe." And I'm like, "No, I'm not doing that. Like, what do I look like hitting a pipe? Like, I'm already doing dope, and I'm gonna hit a pipe." And so what happened? I hit the pipe, and I love that. I love that too. Same thing as Coke, but you chase it. And then it got to the point where I needed it every day. And when you're on dope, you just want to get high on crack, and I needed it, and I would do it every day. As soon as I woke up, I would go get it back. I would go get a dub, and it was just every day, repeat, 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 repeat. And finally, like, you get sick of that. Like, there's been days where I've, was sick, and I sat down and I'm like, "Damn, like, I need to go get clean. This is ridiculous. Like, I'm sick of living like this." But that's only because I was sick and I couldn't get money to go get high. And, you have to want it to stop. You can't let other people tell you, like, "Oh, you need to go get help. You're a drug addict, this, that, and the third." But you have to want it. If you don't want it, you'll never get clean. There's been days where I've sat in my bedroom and, I did a whole bag of dope, fentanyl. And every time I went to go get it back, I would tell my dealer, like, "It better be that Fetty. Better be Fetty." Because if it wasn't fentanyl, I didn't want it. Not at all. Me personally, like, I loved getting fentanyl. I made sure my dope was white. I didn't want nothing brown, like, because if you do dope, like, the fentanyl, it gets you higher, it makes you feel better, and whatever. So, I went from having a new car, working at the hospital, my parents doing everything for me, just to have nothing. Like, there's been days where I've sat in my bedroom and my mom, when I went to sleep that night, I would do a bag, and then I would do a Xanny on top of the bag, and then my mom would, the next morning my mom would bang on my door, and I was dead to the world. Like, I was sleeping, didn't hear, like, I was in the best sleep because I did that Xanny. And my mom would start crying, like, "She's not waking up, she's not waking up." But meanwhile, I'm just in a deep sleep. But it's just the thought of other people, like, you know, she's hurting, I'm living my best life, getting high, not having no care in the world, but, I'm killing my mother. And my dad, like, he totally disowned me. He didn't want nothing to do with me. There's been times where me and him fought, and I told him, like, "F you." Like, I would never say that to my dad ever. My dad's my whole heart. My mom, I looked at her and told her I hated her, like, but it wasn't me. It was the dope. It was the heroin. It was the devil. Like, when you're getting high, you're not yourself. That's not you. You know, like I said, you have to want to get help. I mean, there's been times where I've got up at 12 o'clock midnight. And my mom could tell you, 12 o'clock midnight, sick as a dog. I would get up, catch Medicaid transportation to Newburgh, and I would go get a bag. I would walk around because Newburgh's not like Patterson. Patterson, all day long, all night long, somebody's out. Newburgh, if you're not there 10:30 at night, you're not getting nothing. So I'd, get up and leave my house at 12 o'clock, and I'd walk around Newburgh 12 o'clock at night by myself, trying to find a bag. And it's just terrible, and it's like nobody wants to live that life. And if you're getting high right now, and you could stop, you should take that option that somebody else is giving you, that a family member is giving you, and go get help. And one thing that I don't like is when other people's telling people, like, go get clean, you need to go get help, you need to go get help. And a person does go get help, and they go to Suboxone maintenance, they go to a methadone clinic. First off, it's one step after another. Like, if you're on Suboxone, so be it. You're clean. You're just doing Suboxone so you don't. You get urges when you do dope, but you're doing Suboxone so you don't get that urge, so you don't go get a bag, because Suboxone has naloxone in it, and you can't get high. So you get an urge, you go be my guest and you go do a sub. You can't get high if you go get a bag. You can't overdose and die. So be my guest. Like, so many people, we're losing so many people, and I'm not here to call anybody a drug addict. I'm a drug addict. I did dope. Like, but if you could get help, you should go get help. But, and also, if you're a person who's trying to give help, and and you see somebody doing a Suboxone or anything, don't go telling them they're doing wrong and they're not clean because they're still on Suboxone. We just had one of our good friends just died, and they have a website for him, and it's called Matt's Movement. And if you need help, you should go to www.mattsmovement.com and get the help you need, and take advantage of it while you can, because life's too short, and now they're putting so much stuff in everything that you could be the next one to die. And I'm thankful every day, and I thank my mom, and I thank my dad, and everybody else for helping me, getting me clean. And that's one thing I'll never go back to, is dope. I have people that does dope around me. When I go to a friend's house, somebody will come in with a bag, and just to do it out of spite, but it doesn't bother me no more. Go ahead and shoot up around me, do whatever you want, but I know I'm clean, and I know I kicked that shit, and I beat the devil, because God got me. And if you can go get help, you guys should go get it before you're the next one to pass away. Even if you gotta go get a Suboxone, even if you gotta go to a methadone clinic, just go get help.